Saints fans, and welcome to the very first edition of The Engine Room. This season, Director of Coaching Danny Sexton and I will take you through elements of our game plan so that you have an explanation and understanding of what goes on behind the scenes. They might not always be so obvious, but to us these are the things we class as important. On the first edition today, we're going to look at some of our young guns in the NAB Cup and what's put them in contention to play in round one.
First player we're going to have a look at is Hugh Goddard. We drafted Hugh this year at pick 20. He's a tall key defender. He's 197 centimetres, he weighs 96 kilos, so we want him to play big and aggressive. We want him to compete really hard in the air and on the ground. We're going to have a look at some of his efforts versus Sexton in the NAB Challenge. The Bombers have got the ball here. If we look up at this part of the screen, we can see Hugh. What we'd say there is that he's got a really good defensive positioning on his opponent. What we'd call that is filling the lanes. He's in a position where if the ball comes out towards him, he can defend his opponent, but he's also in a position where he's defending dangerous space. So if the ball gets kicked out in this direction, he can leave his man and he can influence the contest. You can see Hugh there is highlighted. His man can't get it, he gets left behind, and this is what we want from our big men. We want him to be aggressive, we want him to go hard in the air, we want him to influence contests. The next one involves Hugh as well. If we just stop it there, the ball's there, the Bombers are going to clear the ball out. This is really intelligent play by Hugh. Again, he's got a good defensive position on his opponent. His opponent's a little bit closer to ball, so he's entitled to stand a little bit closer to his opponent. What you'll see in front of Hugh is Jaron Geary. Now Hugh recognises that the Saints have a +1 here, so he's really smart with his positioning. If we let the tape roll, Hugh gets goal side of his opponent really quickly. He realises that he's not going to influence the ball before Geary, so he uses his body to block his opponent's run. That extra time and space allows Jaron Geary to find a mark up the field.
Next up, we're going to look at a couple of our new recruits, a couple of the small forwards, and why we've been so impressed with them in the NAB Cup, and why they'll be good long-term players for the club and pushing for spots early in the season. We start here with Jack Sinclair, playing as a small forward. As you can see as the play unfolds, a kick goes to the top of the square. Like a good small forward, he stays involved, he tracks up to the football, and what I like about this is the intent to tackle. You see there, he pins the arm. It's a really strong tackle, locks the ball in, and that's what we like from our small forwards, and that counts as a forward 50 tackle.
The other thing you see there, Joe, and we saw it with the previous kit with Hugh Goddard, it's really important for our defenders to get outside their opponent. If Sexton win the ball here, it's most likely going to here. So you can see that the St Kilda halfback has adopted a really good defensive position to take the dangerous space away from his Sexton opponent.
The next clip is a terrific clip. It's what we're looking for from any player that wants to play for St Kilda this season. If we let the play unfold here, the ball has come out of a contested situation. Young Jack Sinclair here, as a good midfielder does, pushes up to his opponent as the ball goes inside our forward line. We can see right here, pause there, he does really well. He comes off his own opponent because he sees that he needs to influence the ball here, and he makes a really strong tackle. That's what we call coming forward to influence, and it's a really good play. As we let it unfold, he goes and makes one effort, but what I like about this, he stays involved. If we continue to watch, there's 2 efforts, 3, and then a terrific attempt at a smother. What that does is it forces pressure from Essendon, causes a quick kick, and allows Cameron Shetton in defence to take an easy mark. Next, we're looking at young Jack Leigh. If we let the play unfold here, Leighy's playing as a small forward. We can just see him coming to screen now. Pause there. What I really like about this, he turns his head. It's what we talk about at St Kilda. He knows he doesn't have to come forward and pressure, even though we'd like him to do that, because he sees that we've got someone else doing that. So he quickly realises, okay, where's the next most dangerous player? He understands he has an Essendon opponent behind him, so he turns his head. As we let it unfold, he knows where his opponent is, but he still keeps his eye on the footy, and with terrific courage, he goes back into the contest, goes again for a second effort, and earns himself a free kick. And lastly, another clip very similar. Here we have Jack Leigh again pushing up as a forward. He knows he has an opponent on the outside of him, but he doesn't turn his eyes away from the football. And as we let it play, he keeps his eye between his man and his opponent and reads really quickly the ability to come forward and influence. And as we see there, not only the smother, watch a few of his efforts here. Still going. And this is why the kid is most likely going to play very early in the season. And this is probably his 4th or 5th effort, and we just really like his intent. Those are the efforts that are going to get St Kilda players a game this season and what we're looking at for on a weekly basis. And these are the reasons why some of these young players hopefully will play lots of football for the club in the future.